Greetings, everyone. Today's topic is the pair of linear equations. The pair of linear equations, that is the reducibles. Like there are pair of linear equations that can be, there are equations, two equations that can be reduced into pair of linear equation. So we can say reduced form of pair of linear equations. For example, we know the linear equations are in the form of a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0. Okay, so a1x plus b1y plus c1 is 0, and then a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. In this form, if the pair of linear equations are there, we learned three methods to solve before, right? One is graphical method, one is substitution method, and the last one is the elimination method. Now, what if the equations are not in this form, but we still need to solve those? For example, let's look at this. So I have a pair of, I have two equations, 2 by x plus 3 by y equal to 13, and then 5 by x minus 4 by y equal to minus 2. So I have these two equations. If I get these two equations to be solved, so how can I do this, right? So this is not in the form a1x plus the standard form of a pair of linear equations, right? So how to solve that? So in this case, we just need to use a simple trick, right? So here, if we closely observe, right, the x term, if we observe, in the first equation, it is 2 by x, and the second equation, it is 5 by x. So can I say 1 by x is common in both, right? So what I'm saying is, this equation, can I write as 2 into 1 by x plus 3 into 1 by y as 13? And similarly, can I write this equation as 5 into 1 by x minus 4 into 1 by y equal to minus 2? If I closely observe this, so in both the equation, 1 by x is there, 1 by y is there. So why can't I say, but our standard form is a1x plus b1y. It's not by x, right? So why can't I convert this equation into a standard form? I can do that still, right? So how? If I take this 1 by x as some variable like p or q or a or p. For example, if I take 1 by x as p and 1 by y as q, let's see what happens. How these equations transformed, right? So the first equation transformed to 2p plus 3q equal to 13. And the second equation transforms to 5p minus 4q that equal to minus 2. Let's say this is equation 3 and equation 4, right? So 1 by x I am replacing with p, and 1 by y I am replacing with q. Now, if I look at the new form of the equation, they're exactly matching the standard form. There it is x, here it is p and q. There is x and y. So 2p plus 3q equal to 13, 5p minus 4q equal to minus 2. In place of x and y, we just have p and q here. So you just follow your standard. So here no method is being called out. You have to solve this using graphical or substitution or elimination. So my favorite is elimination. So I'll choose elimination method. So how to solve using elimination method? So elimination method. So okay, equation 3 and 4 I need to solve. So equation 3 I'll multiply with, I'll eliminate p first. So I'll multiply with this 5, equation 3, and this I'll multiply with 2. Now, so how these equations will transform if I multiply with 5? So 5 into 2 is 10p plus 15q equal to 13 5s, 65, right? Now with 2, this is 10p minus 8q equal to minus 4. Now, I will subtract these two equations, means the signs will get reverse. Now 10p minus 10p gets cut. This 15q and 8q I need to add. So this becomes 23q. And this becomes 65 plus 4 is 69. Then Q becomes 69 by 23. I think it is 3 times, right? Yeah. So now I got Q very simply. What is Q is 3, right? Let's find P. Substitute in any one equation. Now substitute Q value in, let's say, subs. I just write subs. Substitute Q in equation 3. What is equation 3? 2P plus 3Q is 13. Now 2P plus 3 into 3 is 9. So 2P plus 9 is 13. And 2P is 13 and minus 9. So it is 4. So P is 2. So I got P and Q values now. But what I assumed P and Q, 1 by X and 1 by Y. So can I say Q is 3? That means 1 by Y is 3. If 1 by Y is 3, Y is 1 by 3, right? Reciprocal. And P is 1 by X. So 1 by X is 2. Then X is 1 by 2. So this is the X and Y value. See how cleverly we solved this equation, right? So when I saw that equation, I basically don't know whether these are paid off linear equations because these are not in the standard form. A1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. But then I just used my common sense to see what is common here. So what is common here? 1 by x and 1 by y is common. So I assumed that 1 by x and 1 by y as p and q. And then I simplified those equations by replacing 1 by x as p and 1 by y as q. Then I got those into a pair of linear equations with p and q as the variables. Then I know how to solve them using elimination method or any method. So I used elimination method and I eliminated p. I found q. Then I substituted q value. Then I got p. Now I went back to what my assumption was. P was 1 by x and q was 1 by y. And then if I substitute those values, I got what is x and what is y. So sometimes we need to use these tricks. So if it is not in the standard form, try to get that into standard form by using some other variable. The variables doesn't matter, right? The pair of linear equations are not the equations which are always in the form of x and y. It can be PQ, it can be LM, it can be AB, right? So whenever the pair of linear equations are not in the standard form, try to get into standard form, right? Now, I think you should be able to reduce linear equations into the pair of linear equations and then solve it. This is good. Now, in the board exams, sometimes they can give directly like this. Sometimes, again, they use our previous case, like they give descriptive problem and then they will ask you to write the equations and then solve. Okay, so let's look at one such problem and try to get the equations and then try to solve it, right? Okay, so in the exercise 3.6, I'll take one problem. Okay, so the descriptive problem. So this descriptive problem is from exercise 3.6 and second and first problem. Okay, so here Ritu can row downstream 20 kilometers in 2 hours. Ritu can row downstream 20 kilometers in 2 hours and upstream 4 kilometers in 2 hours. Find her speed of rowing in still water and speed of the current. Okay, so someone Ritu, right? So a stream means we know, right? A stream is a flow of water, right? Downstream means, let's say the water is flowing in this direction, then this is downstream. Okay, if you are coming opposite, then that is upstream. This is downstream, this is upstream. The flow of water is this from this side to this side. Then if you are going along the flow of water, the current or the river, that is downstream. If you are going against, that is upstream. Okay, now I will say X is the speed. So what are the variables here? There are two variables. One is the speed of the current, means speed of the water in the river, and the other is the boat. When she is rowing means she has a boat, right? The Ritu. So the boat speed is one variable and current speed means the stream speed is one variable. So let's say U or X, anything. Let's say I'll take X only, right? Let's say X is the speed of boat, okay? Speed of boat. And Y is the speed of current. Y is the speed of current. Now, in downstream, what happens in downstream when the boat is moving along the stream, that helps. The stream speed also helps, pushes our boat. So the speed in downstream becomes X plus Y. The the stream speed will also help the boat to go faster. So the speed of the boat is X plus Y. Similarly, upstream, in the upstream, speed is basically in upstream, you will have a resistance of the speed of the water, right? The stream will push you back. So that means X minus Y. The speed of the boat is your boat speed minus the stream speed. So X minus Y. So downstream, it is plus Y. The boat speed plus the stream speed. But in upstream, it is boat speed minus the stream speed. So X minus Y. This is good. Now, this problem, why I'm telling you this problem is a very common problem that is being asked in the board exams because this needs a physics knowledge as well, right? So here, see, Ritu can row downstream 20 kilometers in 2 hours. So here we are talking about speed. In the problem, they have given 20 kilometers in 2 hours. They are talking about distance. They are talking about time. So we know from physics knowledge, what is the distance? The formula for distance equal to speed into time, right? If you recall your physics knowledge. So I know distance, I know speed, but I want to find time. Then what is time? Time is distance by speed, right? So in my case, the time is given. Ritu can row downstream 20 kilometers in 2 hours. Okay. So Ritu downstream, the equation is for downstream in 2 hours, the time is given in 2 hours. What she can do? She can row 20 kilometers, that is the distance, by what is the speed? X plus Y. This is equation 1. Now, what is upstream equation? So there is another scenario given and upstream 4 kilometers in 2 hours. So Ritu can row downstream. Yeah, yeah. So what is the time? 2 hours. Same formula I am applying. Time equal to distance. Distance is 4 kilometers by speed. What is the speed in upstream? X minus Y. This is our equation 2, right? Now, if you simplify this X plus Y becomes 20 by 2, that is 10. This is your new equation. Let's say that is equation 3. Now here, X minus Y becomes 4 by 2, which is 2. That is your equation 4. Now solve 3 and 4. You will get the answer. Understood? So here, why the reason I'm giving you the board problem is in the board exams, numerous times these type of questions have been asked because it touches your physics knowledge too, right? So that's why for the boat problems, the main thing that you need to remember is downstream, the stream speed will also be added. In our case, X plus Y. In upstream, stream speed objects you. So your effective speed gets reduced in upstream. That's why it takes a lot of time for upstream travel. So that is X minus Y. And then just use our formula, distance is speed into time. If you want to find time, then time is distance by speed. So you substitute the values From the x and y, you will get those values. Okay, so that's how we can get to the equations, and then we can use elimination method or substitution method. My preference is elimination method to solve the equations. So in this topic, what we learned is how to reduce a non-standard form of linear equations into the standard form by using some variables, right? So here 1 by x, 1 by y, I replaced with p and q, then it became a standard pair of linear equations I solved, and then I substituted what is p, what is q, I got x and y values. Okay, so these type of problems will also be given. So you need to just watch for it, use some common sense and the knowledge you have gained from here, and solve those by converting them into a standard form of the pair of linear equations. So that's today's topic. So thank you for watching, and have a good day.